Okay, so we got. Oh, you're texting me. I'm trying to vlog. So we went over there to her house, and it's really beautiful out today, as you know, because you're in New York. And there is a trail, a hiking trail, in the woods behind the marsh. The marsh is across the street from her house, so it's a trail that's near her house. And we decided to go for a hike. It's like an easy trail. So Paul and I, Poppy and her, Nancy, went on the trail. It was really beautiful out. It was really beautiful. Everything was autumnal and just lovely. And we're walking along, and like just like every minute they would be like, "Oh, Poppy, look! You know, look at this and look at that." Like just kind of getting on my nerves. Because if it had just been the three of us, like there would have been periods of quiet, there would have been periods of natural conversation and observation, and but this like forced, like I must maximize this wonderful learning experience, and you know, um, Poppy was picking up leaves, and she was like, "You really like nature. It's nice being out in nature." So this was annoying, but benign, and I was just like trying to focus on the positives. Like, this is a beautiful day. It's a nice walk. We're out walking. We're in the air, you know. And then it's time to the restaurant, and I got poo on my lip. It's chocolate. Okay. And so last week was Tammy's birthday, so this was like her birthday dinner, and which I didn't know about. Like, I got mixed up. There's a Sandra party's happening next week. I thought it was this week, so I was confused. And then, like, we were on our way to Northport today, and Paul was like, "Oh, we're going out to dinner for Tammy's birthday." Whatever, it doesn't matter. But so we go back to Nancy's house, and then we're all gonna drive to Comac, which is where Tammy lives, to this restaurant called Chow Baby in a shopping center. And we get there, and it's loud, kind of crowded, and I can see where the waiter is taking us to a long table. And Poppy was holding Grandma's hand. She was excited about being out with Grandma, but I don't trust Grandma to handle dining with Poppy, about ordering food for her, um, um, treating her respectfully, about her eating her food or not eating her food, and getting on her about table manners. So, and a lot of times when I don't like things with Nancy, I become unfortunately passive, and I just like let things happen, and I'm silent, and I'm just uncomfortable. But I like rushed over them, and I was like, "Hey, Nancy, I'm gonna sit with Poppy. It's easier if I sit with her." And I just took her and put her between me and Paul, because sometimes I do struggle with Poppy, and then Paul is better at handling it, or sometimes like between the two of us, we handle it. Um, and we both pretty much see eye to eye. And anyway, so I felt like that totally established the boundary, like completely. And so we get to the table, and she was hungry, and she was restless, and so we were on like it was a long table. We were on like whatchamacallit, the couch, the banquette part. Like, we weren't on chairs. We were on whatever the fuck they call it. And she kept sliding to the table, going on the floor. And I kind of didn't care because she would just do that and then like quietly play under there. Like not act wild. She just wanted to be down there. But Tammy was across from me and Tammy was like, "Oh my God, Poppy, it's filthy down there. You have to get up." So I kind of caved to that pressure and I was like, "Poppy, like, come on, get up." And she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "It's really dirty down there and you might be bumping into people's legs." And which she wasn't doing. She was like, "I don't want to." And I kind of, this is right before my period started, which I didn't realize, but I kind of started feeling flustered a little bit. And I was just like, so I was just like, "Come on, Poppy, you have to get up." Like a little bit firmer than I, just a little firm. And she started to cry, not loud, but just like, and I felt really bad because she was crying because it was like I was treating her like in this odd way that didn't, and she was hungry. Anyway, she wasn't flipping out crying, but she was crying and fussy. And so we're like here, and Nancy's across the table, like diagonally across, and Nancy's like watching like a hawk and sees Poppy crying and says, "Poppy, why don't you come over here and sit next to me?" And I just looked at her and I went, "No, Nancy, she's staying here. She's staying here." I was like, "Fuck you." And then that was fucked up because then Poppy's like, "I'm gonna sit next to Grandma. And actually, there wasn't even anywhere. Nancy was sitting in the corner. There was nowhere for her to sit next to Grandma. Also, by the way, so I started feeling really anxious. Like, fuck. Like, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, and like all eyes on me. And so I just desperately trying to distract Poppy. I was like, there aren't any seats next to Grandma. I was like, why don't we think about drinks that we could order? Like, I'm pretty sure you can get a Shirley Temple here. I was like, remember you had a Shirley Temple last summer? And she was just starting to like listen to that, and all of a sudden Nancy from across the table goes, "Poppy, Poppy, do you want a drink? Grandma can order you an apple juice. Do you want an apple juice?" And I was like, and looked up and I said, "Let me handle everything with Poppy. I'm going to handle everything about this meal myself with Poppy. I'm taking care of it all." And Tammy and her daughter were like right across from me, and they were like, like looking at each other. And I was like, "She's my kid." And I could feel myself like heart pounding and like feeling flushed and stuff. So then I was like, just calm down, like not calm down, but just like center yourself, focus on Poppy, like that's all you have to do. And so then I just like kind of was like, so I was like, do you want whatever, lemonade or a Shirley Temple, blah, blah, blah. And then everything was fine after that. No more issues. The meal went smoothly. Everything was totally fine. And a while after it happened, like when like I felt completely like calmed down, I wasn't even, only for a few moments did I feel like confrontation. Like I stood up to her and like that would make me anxious and scared and yet angry and like a little roiled up. I only felt that briefly. And then when I felt like I had totally blown over, I like went over to Paul. I whispered over to Paul. I was like, "Paul, like when I was like, I felt completely insane in that moment, like raging bull." I was like, "But I kept my sanity, right? Like it was smooth, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You gotta lay down the law, like you're the mom." So I was like, "Thank you." So that's it. That's really it. That's all there is to say. And good night. And I can't wait to see you on Thursday. And I hope that you could hear this because I'm speaking especially low because they're Paul and Poppy are nearby, and I don't want them to know I'm like gossiping about Grandma and the computer.